video.
Hello, y'all.
Hello.
We're out here, Fenton Lake. It's a Saturday. It's an appropriate time to start drinking, and we've got ourselves some Trader Joe's Pinot Grigio Rosé, and we're gonna drink a bottle of wine and smoke some cigarettes. And that's what we're doing today. So, this is my friend Nick. He's hanging out. We're out here, Fenton Lake. It's beautiful, beautiful Fenton Lake.
You can see it, but we can't.
Yeah, we're facing away from the
We're
lake
in a really
right
awkward
now.
position, just so that you can get the best
It's really
aesthetic experience.
I need to like invest in some better camera shit, but you know, you take what you can get in nature.
Yeah, you're one delicate twig away from just falling flat on the ground.
Well, let's light our cigarettes so we can. I don't have a lighter.
Oh, you don't have
Waiting
a
on
lighter.
you. We gotta light our cigarettes, and then we gotta with our Elvis lighter. The lovely Elvis. And then we can crack open our Pinot Gris.
Twist off.
Wow, that's a full bottle. Can't open it.
This is embarrassing. Why won't it open?
Do you need help?
No, fuck no.
He can't open the bottle. There we go. We did it, y'all.
Prost.
Prost. Pretty good. You definitely get that like bitter water of the Pinot Grigio. I don't taste a lot of rosé. I think the rosé is just for color, y'all.
Yeah, it's barely pink at all.
But for $7 a bottle, what more can you ask? You know, what more can you ask than a palatable white wine? Yeah, it's flat. It's a 2025. It says it's from Venice, Verona, or at least it was bottled in Verona and distributed from San Clemente, California, which is the wrong side of America for things to go through from Italy. That doesn't really make sense to me.
Yeah, no, it's probably way cheaper though for some stupid reason.
Yeah,
to like go
to
all the way
truck
around
it
the world.
Across America. It's pretty good though. As far as wines go, as far as cheap wines go, pretty solid. Last time I was out here on Fenton Lake, we were drinking some homemade wine. That was fun. That was a pink lemonade wine that I made.
Nice.
Tasted like kombucha.
Because it basically is.
Yeah.
It's just rotting in your fridge.
No, I drank all of it. It's
But
not right.
you make it by rotting shit in your fridge.
Not in your fridge. It's got to be
Oh,
warm.
Okay, it's got to be warm and
you put it in like a dark room, and then you leave it there for like
you
a
get
month.
a nice
and it
scum
doesn't
going on the surface.
No, it doesn't make any scum. it's yeast. The yeast like outcompetes all the bacteria and shit.
Yeast is a form of scum in my mind.
No. Yeah, this is all yeast. We love yeast. Yeast is bread and wine.
I don't think they put yeast in wine.
Yeah, that's how they make it.
Really?
Yeah, that's how you make wine.
I thought it was just you're just literally just rotting grapes, and the
No.
grapes start fermenting, and then the alcohol kills everything.
They ferment because of yeast.
Because of yeast?
Yeah.
I never knew that.
That's what fermentation is. It happens because of yeast.
Only yeast, though?
Yeah.
We have no internet. We can't fact check this. But I feel like I would have heard that if wine was made with a yeast is a beer thing.
No. Yeast is like a lot of things.
Hmm.
Yeast is how you make bread. It's how you make beer. It's how you make wine. It's how you make mash to make
Spirits?
like everything. It makes yeast. That's all it is. Rice wine is rice and water and yeast.
And where does yeast come from?
The air.
Like so people discovered yeast millennia ago.
Yeah.
Without knowing.
You can
how it worked.
if you like don't wash grapes, then they have a lot of natural yeast.
Oh, well, that's what I mean. It's like the yeast is built into the grapes. So
Well, it can be.
Uh-huh.
Unless they're like washed grapes, or if you're like me and you're just like buying grape juice at the store to make wine out of, then you gotta add yeast.
So yeast is the only alcohol producing microbe, or it's the one.
It's the one that we use. It's the one we use and the one we love. It's given us so much.
Yeah.
It is like everything, like lacto fermentation is yeast. Sourdough is yeast. Everything's yeast. The reason that we were able to thrive as a species is because we used fermentation in order to store food for longer. And wine is one of those things. That's why on the other side they consider wine food.
On the other side?
Yeah.
Of what?
In Italy.
Oh,
on the other side.
pond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. British.
Across the. Yeah.
We're Italian in this family. Okay?
Are you Italian?
No.
Not at all.
I'm not Italian at all. I'm German and Swedish and like British and Irish, and I'm Nambe and I'm Spanish. But the Nambe and Spanish together just makes me mestizo.
Mestizo?
Yeah, mixed blood.
I see. Yeah, I look more Italian than you, but I'm also not Italian.
Yeah, but I think I would pass as
You would.
Italian.
You would. Like,
We should go to Sicily and just like speak Italian the whole time.
we wouldn't pass for Sicilian though. We're not hairy enough.
We'll just be like a couple of Sicilian like little bitches. You know, we'll be the party Sicilians. We'll show up and we'll be like, yeah, whatever. We're here to party. I barely speak any Italian. Un cornetto per favore. Okay. This is some good wine. When they make champagne, they add yeast to it.
To make it more bubbly.
That's where the bubbles come from. They add yeast and a little sugar, and then it ferments in the bottle. And it builds up pressure and CO2 in the wine. You're just dropping your cigarette. You're trying to start a forest fire out here.
Unconsciously, yeah. It's my desire. I just want to see it all burn.
We just love fire. You were talking about this earlier. How we love fire.
Fire and yeast, things like this
Yeah.
are the basis of human civilization. Yeah, humans wouldn't have fucked with each other enough to like settle down in a place unless they had booze.
It's true.
So the first like permanent human settlements were just places where people would brew beer and stuff. And it makes sense.
And that's
like
what we're gonna do.
That's what we're doing. The pub is the original human society.
It's true.
And this right here is a pub that we've just opened
We're
up.
pubbing right now. We're straight pub crawl.
the Res Publica, the Republic. It's a pub.
It's true.
You get it?
It's true. What percent is this? 12%.
Do you notice how to count in Italian?
No.
Me neither.
I'm trying to learn Italian. I'm doing Duolingo. They don't teach you things like how to count.
Really?
Yeah.
They
They don't
assume
teach you shit.
Well, they teach you how to like talk to
Yeah.
like AI cartoons of Italian people.
They teach you how to ask for a croissant and a cappuccino, and how to say he is his son. You know,
Mhm.
stuff like that. At least right now, I'm very early in the Italian. I want to learn it though. I want to take like college classes in it though. I feel like that's a way better way to learn a language. Because that's how I learned German.
Mhm.
Like I didn't speak any German until I started college. You know. So I think I could learn Italian. I just need to take college classes in it. And then I'll be like so cool. Imagine how cool I would be.
Speaking Italian.
I just start like ordering in Italian at places and just pissing people off.
I think that we're both kind of too low affect type people to truly speak Italian, though.
I could do it. I like the, you know, oh,
Yeah, you can do.
oh,
You've got a personality tucked away
Madonna.
there that you can just pull out.
you know, yeah, that's my Italian persona.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh! You should see me at basketball games. Oh my god. I get Italian. I can't. I get I only watch like girls basketball because my niece is on the varsity team at Albuquerque Academy, and one of the girls on the other team will like knock over one of the girls on the team I'm rooting for, and it's like, oh, Maron, what is this? What's going on here? Come on, you know. I'm like standing up. I'm like,
gesturing.
Yeah.
It's too fucking loud for anyone
Yeah.
to hear you, so you have to gesture.
no, they hear me. I boom.
Mhm.
Everyone else is like gasping. They're like, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, sports make everyone a little more Italian,
Yeah.
a little more Roman.
Little Roman Empire. Still
Yeah,
in our
a
blood.
little like gladiator competition. America is Rome. America is Italian at this point.
America would be so awesome if everyone here was Italian. I don't mean that in like a race way. I mean that in like they speak Italian
Mhm.
and they like love like Italian food, and it's just they just act like Italians. I think everyone should just act like Italians all the time because they're the best.
And that's how the whole northeastern United States was for a little while. I don't think it's still that way. The New York accent has disappeared. All that ethnic Italian color is gone now. A candy red Chevy pickup truck just drove past.
It's pretty
It's
cool.
very striking.
It's a truck. We love a truck.
But it's a candy red. I'm saying that if that was like a VW Bug or something, it would be like the most feminine car. But that's a pickup truck.
We love a pickup truck. Here in America, we love America.
Fuck yeah.
We love America. You gotta catch up.
Not really. Not really. Italians take time with their wine. I think they like to mix it, water it down. For Italians, it's not about how much you can drink, but how much time you can waste.
Yeah, I admire that. You know,
I admire that.
I love wasting time.
Mm-hmm.
But like, you got to be like around people though. You know, I hate wasting time when I'm alone. That's wasting time. That's like really wasting time.
Yeah.
If you're like hanging out with people, that's not a waste of time. It was a good day. It's nice and cool up here in the mountains. It was getting a little hot in Albuquerque today, but it's nice and chill up here. Sitting by the water. No swimming in this lake. I always think that's funny. No swimming. I think it's because it's such a fishing lake, you know. But people go out there still on their boats and whatnot. There's someone out there on a kayak fishing right now. I wonder how many fish they stock this lake with.
I think hella. I think they pack it.
Yeah,
They pack it full.
I mean, people catch fish here.
I was here not too long ago on Memorial Day, and the whole lake was just lined with all kinds of people fishing. You know, Mexicans, Mexican kids, lots of people, and there were lots of fish. You'd think they'd all be like scared and like hide away in the depths, but the fish were like,
They just don't have any room, so they're just
yeah,
everywhere.
it's a constant like overcrowding situation.
And then you get dinner,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
But the fish, you know, they like to troll. They like to, like, I didn't catch anything, but I saw a fish like coming to the shore and just like jumping out of the water. The fish here jump, and why would they do that unless they were just trolling people, just teasing us?
I don't know.
That's what it felt like.
Maybe I should do a fishing video, you know?
Have you ever tried fishing?
I did it a few times when I was young. Yeah, when I was like 9 or 10. We would go to Tingley Beach, go fishing there. But I never caught anything. I was never very good at it. I feel like now I have the patience. you
Yeah.
know? Like I'll sit there for like 5 hours.
It's a totally different thing as an adult. I remember fishing as a kid, but as a kid, like 10 years old, you're kind of stupider than a fish in some ways. Like a little kid has less patience than a fish, if you think about
Yeah.
it. But when you're an adult, then you can really enter that. Like now you're finally on the fish's level, because like fish are smart. At least if they're smarter in the water than you are, because the water is their element.
Mm-hmm.
But once you're an adult, everything is your element. Like,
That's the great thing about being human.
yeah, you're just the top. It's the best thing to be.
I recommend it. I recommend being a person.
I'm
It's
glad.
pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm glad that I'm human, as opposed to anything else.
We were talking about earlier, we were talking about White Noise. That's a good book. What would you say is your favorite plot point in White Noise?
I'm trying of thing, because the long third part is all about the
That drug.
well, the disaster, like the chemical
Yeah,
spill,
yeah.
was the toxic airborne event, it's called, or something. But that's like the centerpiece of the novel. This big chemical spill, not natural, like artificial disaster. But before that, it's like a stereotypical literary fiction plot where it's just about professors at a liberal arts college. You notice like most literary fiction is about a professor at a liberal arts college, because that's the kind of person that wrote literary fiction. But yeah, I like this plot point about the professor. He's an expert in Hitler studies.
Yeah.
And then he has a nemesis at the college who's a expert in Elvis studies. And I thought that was pretty ingenious. Like that you could have a whole department just focusing on Hitler and studying Hitler, and just like drawing out everything there is to say about Hitler in relation to history, culture, music. It's interesting, you know, David Bowie said that Hitler was the first rock star. So he beat out Elvis. In the history of rock and roll, you could say it's like Hitler, you know, it's metal. But
Hitler was such a fucking goofball too. He was such a little that, at least that's like how they portray him in the book, you know, because like something about like him being the professor, like he founded this entire study, like Hitler studies, you know, it's his like brainchild. Something about that, like he doesn't just like study the like standard shit of Hitler, but he's interested in like the personality. He's interested in like what kind of a person he was outside of his political and like war sort of leanings, you know. And so it's a lot of like goofy fun facts about Hitler, and like how much he loved his mother, and like how much he loved dogs and shit, you know.
How he only had one testicle. Yeah.
I really liked the plot with the wife. I liked how it like turned into this weird like, I'm cheating on you, but I like didn't really want to. And then he's jealous, and he has this like inner turmoil about like, what am I gonna do about this? And then he still defaults to like the standard, like what you would expect at least like a character in a movie to do, you know, of like, I'm gonna go kill him, you know. But then even that he can't go through with, and he takes him to the German like Krankenhaus, you know. And then it's like another opportunity for him to confront the fact that he's a fraud, because he doesn't even speak German.
Right.
And he's the founder of Hitler studies.
Such a relatable experience for us like humanities kids who read Nietzsche in high school, but never actually learned how to speak German. Yeah, the inferiority complex of the American scholar who actually can't speak any other languages.
Yeah. But we love America, and that's what's important. That's what we have to remember.
Hitler is as American as apple pie.
Hitler was a lot more American than a lot of people want to admit, you know. And I do think there's a through line between like the history of America and the history of Germany, you know, because both are nations that are like founded on genocide, essentially, because Germany didn't exist for all that long. And
Right.
the First Reich and the Second Reich was also very short, and then the Third Reich was even shorter than those two, right? But that's what people think of when they think of Germany. And a lot of people, like outside of America, when they think of America, they also think of like the Indian genocide and like killing all these like Native Americans. But like we both of our countries have this like incredibly complex history, and I think that there's like this definite through line of like changing ideologies over time, you know, because in Germany it happened through these like Kaisers mostly, right? You had like Bismarck, who was like, I'm gonna unify Germany, I'm gonna invade all these countries and do all this shit, and start a war with the Franks and all this shit. And then you had like the Wilhelm dynasty, which was like also short-lived, but they like had this idea of like consistency and control, and like wanting to have things be just good for everyone in Germany, right? And then you have the Third Reich, where you're like, all right, these people want more now, right? Essentially, if World War II, like if Germany was successful in World War II, we would look back on that as like manifest destiny, you know? If they like owned all of Europe and they had like from sea to shining sea, from England to Vladivostok, you know,
Right.
like this empire, we would look back on that as like the founding of one of the modern empires, you know? It would be similar, if not exactly the same, to like how we think about the American story.
Yeah, Hitler was very into like cowboy movies and that whole idea of manifest destiny. It was very inspiring to the Nazis. Like that's where they got their own idea of Lebensraum. Like they need space that's what Lebensraum means. It just means like living space. Feuerzeug. And even though the Germans lost, in a way they won, because the U.S. conquered Germany after World War II, and then recruited a lot of Nazis to the American Intelligence Agency, like space program. Werner von Braun was like the director of the space program, and took us to the moon so we can plant a big American flag on the moon.
Well, they did that, but they also recruited a lot of like Nazis into the government of like West Germany. Like they were still effectively in power in West Germany, and East Germany never like actually denazified the way that West Germany did. In West Germany, it was like a big deal of like, we're gonna reject Nazi aesthetics, we're gonna reject Nazi like everything that makes us look like Nazis, right? And they really adopted this like American English sort of like living ideal of like nuclear family and all this, right? Which was already present under the Nazis, but definitely took a different form going into like the Wirtschaftswende in like the 50s, you know? And like I think that like Germany, I think Germany is the same as America. And that's why like studying German culture and German history is so interesting to me, because like we had a similar period to like the Weimar Republic. It just came like later, you know? It came in the 60s and the early 70s. We had like a similar period of like, we're bouncing back and we're like rejecting like normal culture, we're accepting the outsider as insider, and like all this shit.
Yeah, hippies are Nazis. Like the American hippie is inspired by the German Wandervogel, like the back to nature, crunchy, like interested in.
Now you really gotta catch up.
I'm taking my time. Taking my time.
Looking Italian over here.
That's right. Yeah, you're the Nazi and I'm the. I guess I'm the Italian fascist.
Yeah. Say si.
Yeah. But yeah, hippie culture. Think of the surfer archetype. The blonde, jacked surfer
Yeah.
on the west coast of America. That's an Aryan. So the 60s were really like the founding of American Nazism, like American fascism.
Mm-hmm. That's where you saw like the founding, like the punk culture of skinheads, and then like the bringing that into like the white nationalist idea. And then we saw certain things like Ruby Ridge was really interesting. Ruby Ridge was like such a big deal when it happened. You know, it like spawned like all of these KKK groups and like militias all over the country. And it almost directly led to the Oklahoma City bombing, you know. But like, yeah, I don't know. Well, y'all, I finished my bottle of wine. This video has gone on for 30 minutes. I'm gonna call it. We're gonna keep talking about whatever. Everyone say hello to my friend Nick in the comments if you watched this far. And I'll see you next time.